Mo, manufacturer and inventor of Jahi coffee. The levy will be on the finished products. What would really be interested in is if that levy will be there and then there is a fund, we get to know that it is well administered so that in its administration it is also trickling down to us, particularly those who are in small and micro entrepreneurship, particularly women, because sometimes we require some financial support and sometimes microcredit facilities, but sometimes we are asked for collateral, which we don't really have. So if we would know that that levy would get to a fund that will be coming to us to improve our businesses, the better. And more so when it comes to refinement of our products to be globally accepted and, compete in the global market by use of that levy.
My name is Susan Juguna. I'm an employee of Kenya Association of Manufacturers. For me, for the levy, if the government will collect the levy, we want to know how will they be able to manage the levy, who will be in charge of managing the levy in terms of its administration, and what help will it help the SMEs. So if the export levy if the money collected can be able to help SMEs establish warehouses in these markets where they can be able to store their goods, or even the government can organize more expo and finance SMEs to go and promote their products. That will help. On the new export promotion levy, considering manufacturers are facing a lot of challenges currently, the non-trade barriers, the high cost of production, especially now with the electricity tariffs being proposed to go up. So we'd like more information about the export promotion levy before we can pass it to the consumer. The government gave a few rebates to manufacturers, so we want to know if this will affect what government had offered in terms of raw materials to manufacturers.
Frederick Jenga from our summit. I represent an organization known as Center for Rural Industries. I'm the founder. The issue of the levy on exports and imports is very timely, because we suffer a lot of unfair competition. But you also say the levy should focus on innovation, funding innovations, and expanding the manufacturing capacity of the African person in Kenya. The reason being, people who are doing manufacturing mostly in Kenya are from other jurisdictions. And here, they come with state capital. They also come with a lot of experience from bigger economies. So by the time they are competing with a local in Kenya, there is no competition. You see somebody starting a mattress factory, calls for 1 billion shillings. And here we have all the raw materials that can produce good things. What we are saying is that every home should have a cottage industry, the Taiwan style. The Taiwanese started with cottage industries. Later they exported market to Shenzhen, China. And the capital that built China came from Taiwan first. So what we are saying is that if every home was to produce a competent, well-packaged and branded product, then Kenya has no problem of importations, because family A will export to families B in Nairobi. Those in Nairobi will export to those in the rural areas. And so the trade will be internal. Thank you very much. Important packs. And our current government, under President William Ruto, they are funding 47 aggregation parks in Kenya. Now, if you go to Uganda, they have industrial parks, which are unoccupied. Tanzania the same, Rwanda the same, Burundi the same, Kenya the same, Southern Sudan, and even Ethiopia. So everybody in government in East Africa is promoting investment parks, and they are selling them to the same investors. So the investors are spoiled for choice. Why don't we build capacity for the Kenyan himself to start a factory? Then that way the incentive will be on the Kenyan to go to the industrial park and exploit that latent resource that is inside there. If we continue promoting investment parks without the levy funding the small industries, then we shall never industrialize. We are putting our resources in the wrong place. So our suggestion is that the levy accrued should fund the African Kenyan to start a factory. Thank you.
So kwa majina ninaitwa Ronald Abuga, mimi ni National Organizing Secretary wa Kenya National Alliance of Street Vendors and Informal Traders, ambayo ni KENASVIT in short, Nakuru chapter. Na leo tumekuwa na public participation kuhusu mambo ya investment levy ambao wanataka kuweka kwa zile products ambao zinaweza produce Kenya na zinatoka nje, such that kuwe na a certain figure yenye inaweza saidia local industries ziweze kugrow. So mimi kama trader ambao ninauza mtumba specific, tuna concern yetu kumekuja kuraise hapa issue kama hiyo levy ikiwekwa kwa mitumba itakuwa expensive ama itakuwa inaweza affect vile tuko. Ukiangalia industry kwa size informal sector tumeemploy almost 8 million people. So wakati wanasema wanataka kuweka levy ambayo itasaidia biashara zingine ziweze kugrow, tungependa kujua sana ikiwekwa kama ita affect operations, area of operations. Kitu kingine ni ukiangalia pia kama itaweza kufanya tuwe na productivity Kenya, pia sio mbaya in a way that pia inaweza create employment areas zingine. Na ukiangalia our vision vile wanasema vision 2030, tunafaa tuwe at least a middle income country. So kama itakuwa ni another way ya kumake sure tumefika hiyo level, tunaona inaweza support in a way, lakini isikuje ikuwe kwamba itaumiza some businesses so kwa ufupi ni kusema sisi tuna support levies, but zisikuwe ni double taxation kwa raia yetu wa Kenya, iweze kuwa other industries kufikia na promote other industries zingine ambazo wanatarajia ku create.
My name is Nobi Masharia. I'm the Acting Secretary Industrialization from the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, State Department for Industry. Public participation, the ministry is proposing to introduce or establish an export and investment levy. And this levy we are targeting on finished products that the country has a comparative advantage or local manufacturers have capacity to produce. The levy is envisaged to support local manufacturers, to support in increasing our exports, and of course to attract investments into this country. And all these are geared towards increasing jobs or creating jobs for our youth, increasing products that we can export to other countries, and of course attracting both domestic and foreign direct investments into this country. We have engaged the public, we have gotten their views, and I'm happy that the turnout was good, and the comments that have come through are very useful into this. Certainly, I think we have an agency called Anti-Counterfeit Authority, which handles issues of dumping, handling substandard goods, fake products that come through, and they assist of the matter about some of the products that are coming in being either not useful to the public, to the members of the public, and they are very concerned and they are ready to handle those issues together with the traders themselves, because we believe also involving the traders in getting solutions is the best way to going forward.